Hi everyone, it's Brian, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my list for the top 10 best changes from the Walking Dead comic book series into the television series. I want to thank Epic Zombie Killer for another amazing video topic suggestion, and if you guys would, please go in the comment section of this video, and please, if you provide me a reasonable top 10 topic for the Walking Dead, I will pick it, whichever's first. So yeah, let's get this list started. So at number 10, we have TV Carol. So TV Carol from the comic version into the television, series is a completely different character, and they changed her. They didn't follow the comic, and this is a fantastic change. Sure, Carol currently in season 10 is not everyone's favorite character, but everyone can agree that she's much better than the comic version. So she's definitely one of the more positive changes. So at number 9, we have the death of Sophia. So yes, the death of Sophia is one of the best changes from the comic into the show, and that's because this helped The Walking Dead stand out, in the television, history. I mean, they killed the kid, like, it stood out like crazy. Everyone was buzzing about The Walking Dead after this moment. So yeah, at number 8, we have Rashon. So yes, Rashon is one of the best changes from the comic into the show. It didn't happen because Rick and Andrew got together, but since Andrew was dead, they had no choice. But yeah, a lot of people shipped Rick and Michonne, and I was one of those. And they're like the second best relationship in the television series behind Glenn and Maggie. So at number 7, we have the Terminus Cannibal story arc. So this was changed from the comic into the show. It was more expanded but also rushed in the show at the same time. So, and we also got to see Rick's group kill the Terminus cannibals, but in the comic we never got to saw it. It was off screen. So that was also an amazing change. At number 6, we have the disappearance of Rick Grimes. So some of you might say, how is this number 6? How is this one of the best changes from the comic into the show? You guys have to admit, like, we got to see Shane John Berthol again. This was one of, like, this, they did it really well. And not only that, we got to see Scott Wilson reprise his role as Herschel, rest in peace. Like, just, so many things. Like, this change from the comic into the show, it was very well done. Like, if Rick had to leave, this was a very good way it could happen. And, it wasn't a horrible leave for the character. So that's why it's one of the best changes from the comic into the show. At number five, we have Shane as a character. So Shane changing from the comic version into the show version, that's definitely one of the more positive changes. They expanded him more, and they made Shane more sympathetic and more right when it comes to, him arguing with Rick. And you guys know Shane was a terrible character in the comic book series. He was crying. He was like a whiner. Just, he was a terrible character. At number 4, we have the governor not cutting off Rick's hand. So this was one of the best changes from the comic into the show, because you can't really have a lead only have one hand for a long running show. It's just not really going to work. So that's one of the best changes. Andrew Lincoln needed 2 hands, and even though in the comic you could do it, in the show they obviously couldn't do it the same way. So at number 3, we have the governor. So David Morrissey's governor, this is one of the best changes from the comic into the show. They made the governor in the show much more interesting and not as crazy for no reason. He's more, calculating and, just amazing, like an amazing character who, just, has reasons for doing things. So at number 2, we have Daryl Dixon. The introduction of Daryl Dixon into the show. He is one of the best characters in all of the Walking Dead properties, and his presence in the show, it really helped. Like, he's one of the best characters, and adding him to the show really helped the show stand out. So now we're going to go at number 1, and at number 1 we have the survival of Judith Grimes. So some of you might say, how is this number 1? Well, can you guys imagine if Carl was still dead in the show? Like, having Judith really helps the show, and having, like, Scott Gimple having Judith survive was one of the best changes, because Judith is really helping keeping the show together. So let's get on with the honorable mentions. Honorable mention 1 is the change of Herschel Green in the television series. He's a much better character than he was in the comic. Just a fantastic character. And number 2, we have Morgan Jones. Like, the change of his character. He's also he's not one of the best characters, but they did change him. So at number 3, we have Rosita surviving the Pike deaths. That's also one of the best changes from the comic into the show. A lot of people liked her. And at number 4, we have the death of Paul Rovia. So some people might say, how is this a positive change? Well, it made the Whispers, more scary and stand out, like, be more of a threat. So that's it for my top 10 best changes from the Walking Dead comic book series into the television series. Let me know what you guys think of my list down below. And please, guys, please suggest another top 10 topic that I can do for next time, and I will pick whoever gives me a reasonable topic first. So yeah, guys, I really enjoy doing this, new series on my channel, and I can't wait until the next one. Until next time, guys, bye.